trying to memorize the entire Spanish dictionary. If you want to survive your very first conversation, these are the only 100 phrases you actually need to know. Let's start speaking right now.
Ever had that moment where you want to order a coffee or say hello in Spanish, but your brain just stops? You stand there, wide-eyed, completely blanking on everything you learned on your language app. It happens to everyone. The freeze sets in from the overwhelming pressure to have perfect grammar before opening your mouth. You aren't missing the vocabulary, you're just caught in the headlights of complex rules. To connect, you don't need a whole dictionary. You just need a conversational survival kit.
We've broken this down into 4 thematic chapters for absolute beginners. We've got Chapter 1, Basic Greetings and Goodbyes, Chapter 2, Essential Small Talk, Chapter 3, Surviving a Conversation, and finally, Chapter 4, Practical Needs and Outings. Let's get into it. Are kicking things off with the absolute most essential building blocks of literally any human interaction, which is saying hello and goodbye. You absolutely cannot skip these because they set the tone for the entire conversation. Let's look at how simple time of day greetings work. For the morning, we have buenos dias, good morning. Notice that crisp S at the end, buenos dias. Now, as the day moves on, we shift to buenas tardes for good afternoon. And finally, as the sun sets, we use buenas noches for good night. Now, what's really interesting here, and you might have caught it, is the shift in the vowel from O to A. It's buenos dias, but then it becomes buenas tardes and buenas noches. I want you to practice that out loud right now. Put on your best, most authentic accent with me. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Perfect. Building your greeting vocabulary even further, a simple hello or hi is just hola. And remember, that H is completely silent. Don't pronounce it. But instead of just using a standard adios every single time, having a few variations in your back pocket makes you sound instantly more natural. It's a total game changer. If you want to say see you, just use nos vemos. For see you later, it's hasta luego. And honestly, my personal favorite, see you tomorrow, is hasta mañana. Notice that ña sound in there, mañana. Throwing in options like hasta mañana elevates your conversational game immediately. Moving right along to Chapter 2, Essential Small Talk. Okay, so once you've actually said hello, the next step is breaking the ice and building a little bit of rapport with the person you just met. These right here are your absolute conversational anchors. These are the phrases you're going to use every single time you meet a new Spanish speaker. So let's go through them with a nice, perfect pace so you can really lock in those sounds. To ask, what's your name? You just say, ¿Cómo te llamas? And to reply, let's say, my name is Miguel, you would say, me llamo Miguel. When they introduce themselves, you want to hit them with a warm mucho gusto, meaning nice to meet you. And to keep that conversation flowing naturally, ask where you're from by saying, ¿De dónde eres? A really great simple response, I'm from Mexico, which is soy de México. Now, for friends and casual encounters, you definitely need some quick-fire check-in phrases. A standard, how are you, is just ¿Cómo estás? And you can easily respond with bien, gracias, meaning fine, thank you. If you want to ask what's happening, use ¿Qué está pasando? But here is a real insider gem for you. What are you up to? Now, don't try to translate this word for word in your head. Just learn the phrase as it is. ¿En qué andas? Let me say that again smoothly for you. ¿En qué andas? It just sounds so incredibly authentic. And hey, if you're having a rough day and someone asks how you are, you can totally just be honest and say, he estado mejor, meaning I have been better. All right, on to Chapter 3, Surviving a Conversation. Let's just be totally honest with each other for a second. Getting lost in a new language is completely normal. It literally happens to everyone. And that is exactly why this section is going to be your ultimate conversational safety net. The most crucial point is how you handle it when you just don't understand what someone is saying. I really want you to reframe this in your mind right now. Saying I don't understand is not a failure. It's actually this empowering, vital tool that keeps the interaction alive. So here's a super simple 3-step sequence to politely navigate that confusion. Step 1, get their attention politely with lo siento, meaning I'm sorry, or disculpa, meaning excuse me. Step 2, clearly state your situation. No entiendo, I don't understand. And step 3, ask for an adjustment. Puedes hablar más despacio, which means can you speak more slowly? And here are even more of those rescue phrases that immediately give you the control back in any interaction where you might feel a little overwhelmed. Need to quickly check if they speak English? Just ask, ¿hablas inglés? Want to charm them by showing you're actually putting in the effort? Say, estoy aprendiendo, I'm learning. If you just flat out miss something, politely ask, ¿Puedes repetir eso, por favor? Meaning, can you please repeat that? And look, if you are just totally blissfully lost in the conversation, no tengo idea. I have no idea. Seriously, memorize these and you will absolutely never panic in a Spanish conversation again. And finally, Chapter 4, Practical Needs and Outings. Whether you are traveling abroad or just visiting a local Spanish-speaking neighborhood, these are your absolute survival phrases for navigating and eating out. Where is the bathroom is pretty much essential everywhere. ¿Dónde está el baño? And for checking the clock, what time is it? Now, you might actually see some automated phonetic errors for this online, but I really want you to listen to my pronunciation carefully here. It is ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? Excellent. Now, if you're at a restaurant, a waiter might ask you, ¿Están listos para ordenar? Meaning, are you ready to order? And you can easily take charge of that situation by asking, ¿Me puede traer el menú, por favor? Can you please bring me the menu? To wrap up our phrases, let's run through a quick fire list for states of being and celebrating. If you need food right now, you say, Tengo hambre, I'm hungry. And again, remember that H is totally silent. Tengo hambre. If you're completely worn out from all this learning, you are estoy cansado, or if you're female, estoy cansada, meaning I'm tired. And for celebrations, we have feliz cumpleaños for happy birthday, the classic Feliz Navidad for Merry Christmas. Really roll that R and let the D at the end be nice and soft. Feliz Navidad. Then there's Feliz Año Nuevo for Happy New Year. And to tie a nice little bow on all of this, buena suerte. Good luck. So let me ask you one more time. Are you ready to step out and start speaking today? You've got the greetings, the small talk, the rescue phrases, and the practical vocabulary all locked in. Remember, you don't need to be perfect, you literally just need to be brave. The entire world of Spanish opens up the very second you say hola. So the real question is, who were you going to say it to first?
Boom! You just smashed it! Now hit that like button, share this with a friend, and subscribe and follow for more textbook-free Spanish hacks. Vamos!